The story Sandeh. Jai Shankar Prasad has written the story Sandeh. He has shown how different types of situations disturb a person by creating confusion and doubt in his mind. Revealing the psychological feelings of a person, this story is the story of the conflict of the people of an educated middle-class family. Summary of the story Sandeh. Ramnihal is an educated young man who comes to Shyama's house in search of a job and starts living on rent. He wants to make his future by working in the same city. Shyama, the owner of that house, is living the life of a widow. Ramnihal falls in one-sided love with Shyama, while Shyama, with her complete loyalty, purity, and determination, considers Ramnihal as her friend. Meanwhile, Mohan and Manorama arrive as guests at the house of Braj Mohan, an acquaintance working with Ramnihal. Due to lack of time, Braj Mohan entrusts Ramnihal with the responsibility of taking his guests on a tour of the ghats of Banaras. Ramnihal takes Mohan and Manorama along for a tour of the ghats, during which Ramnihal comes close to Manorama. In the process, Manorama informs him about her family troubles and pleads for help. During the tour, Mohan expresses doubts about his wife and tries to portray her as characterless, and Manorama gets Ramnihal's sympathy. Manorama, saddened by this grief, keeps writing letters to Ramnihal for help even after leaving Banaras. Holding a bundle of those letters in one hand and Shyama's picture in the other, Ramnihal is in a dilemma about whether he should leave Shyama's house or not. He is very sad to leave Shyama's house, and that's why tears are flowing from his eyes. He does not want to tell Shyama the truth about his feelings, but Shyama takes the picture from his hand, sees it, and understands about his one-sided love. Thus Shyama laughs at his foolishness and explains to him that he should go and help Manorama and then come back. Thus this story ends. The objective of the story Sandeh. Through the story Doubt, written by the story writer Jai Shankar Prasad, he has clarified that according to different circumstances, different types of doubts arise in the mind of a human being. These illusions or doubts are often beyond the reality of life. The doubts growing in the mind take birth in reality. Due to the doubts and suspicions growing in the mind, the behavior of the human being starts becoming unbalanced. He becomes a victim of misunderstanding and starts doing strange things. Therefore, we should not give place to any kind of doubt in our mind, rather it should be resolved immediately. The results arising from doubt are fatal, which creates a crisis for life. The objective of the story is that our circumstances sometimes give rise to doubt. These doubts, despite being beyond reality, take root in the heart and mind. These doubts also affect the mentality of the human being. Sometimes a person becomes mad due to doubt. Like Mohan Babu. It is necessary to remove such doubts because such doubts give birth to problems. Significance of the title of the story Sandeh. The story Doubt by Jai Shankar Prasad is a meaningful story revealing the psychology of man. Through this story, the author has given a realistic form to the psychological aspect of the characters of the story. On one hand, Ramnihal gives a positive form to his life due to the doubt of love with Shyama. On the other hand, due to the doubt about Manorama's character, her husband Mohan Babu makes his family life hell. Ramnihal keeps consoling himself in the doubt that Manorama loves him, and Shyama doubts this because she feels that Manorama does not love Ramnihal. In this story, the conflict between Manorama and Mohan Babu has been revealed realistically, and the reason for this conflict is also doubt. It is also true that where there is doubt, there is distrust, and due to this distrust, the main character of the story Ramnihal keeps wandering in confusion. On one hand, he says that he has found his home, and on the other hand, he talks about packing his bags and leaving Shyama's house forever. The fabric of this story is based on doubts related to the lives of the characters of the story Sunnihat, Shyama, Mohan, Braj Kishore, and Manirma. From this point of view, the title of this story doubt is Characterization of Ramnihal. Ramnihal is an educated young man but keeps wandering here and there in search of a job. He has no one of his own. He now lives in the house of a widow named Shyama. Ramnihal is ambitious by nature, but due to his immature mind, he is unable to work in one place. He is a very emotional young man. When he gets emotional, he has Shyama's picture in his hands, and tears start flowing from his eyes. When Manorama asks him for help and writes a letter, Ramnihal feels that Manorama loves him. He becomes impatient over every little thing and loses self-control. His eyes fill with tears. Ramnihal is also a philanthropist. He is always ready to help others. Ramnihal is a mixture of virtues and vices. His personality has some good as well as some bad qualities. He is an educated, ambitious, and passionate youth. The following characteristics are visible in Ramnihal's character. 1. Poverty. Ramnihal was an educated youth, but he was wandering here and there in search of a job. He says, "When I came to your house after searching for small business, job, and means of livelihood in different parts of India, I believed that I had found a home. Ever since I started knowing the world, I was homeless." He also says, "I carry my trunk and these few things, which were part of my inheritance, on my back." 2. Emotional. He is a young man of a very emotional nature. When he was emotional and held Shyama's picture in his hands, tears started flowing from his eyes. Seeing him crying, Kishori created a ruckus. "Bhabhi! Hey Bhabhi, didn't you see Nihal Babu is crying?" 3. When immature and impractical Manorama asks him for help and writes a letter, Ramnihal feels that Manorama loves him. He becomes impatient and loses control over every small thing. His eyes fill with tears. 4. Philanthropist. When Braj Kishore Babu asks him to take his guests around, he immediately agrees. When Manorama asks him to help her, he agrees to help. Characterization of Shyama. Shyama is a widow. She is of good character and intelligent. Ramnihal considered her a well-wisher, friend, and protector. She is also sensible. She does not get angry. She removes Ramnihal's doubts and sends him to help Manorama. She explains to him that love is very difficult. Do not get involved in it. The following characteristics are visible in Shyama's character in the story. 1. Generous heart. Shyama has a generous heart. She helps Ramnihal a lot. She shelters him in her house and considers him her friend. 2. Intelligent. She is a very sensible woman. When she comes to know about Ramnihal and that he has fallen in one-sided love, she explains to him well. 3. Mature and practical. Shyama is a mature and practical woman. She lives the life of a widow, but still, she knows how to behave with whom in this world. She follows her womanhood to the letter. 4. Dutiful. Shyama is a dutiful woman. She fulfills her domestic and social obligations faithfully. Characterization of Manorama. Manorama is a devoted wife, but her husband Mohan Babu doubts her. She is a beautiful woman. She is troubled by her husband's accusations and asks Ramnihal to help her in her trouble. Then when Mohan Babu goes mad, she writes a letter and calls Ramnihal for help. Characterization of Mohan Babu. Mohan Babu is an emotional and sensitive person. His condition is pathetic. His distant relative Braj Kishore is trying to make him mad to become the manager of his property. Mohan Babu suspects that his wife Manorama is in cahoots with Braj Kishore. His imagination is also visible while explaining the meaning of Deepdan. There is so much doubt in his mind that he is moving towards madness. He says that the world's betrayal has made my heart insane. In the end, he becomes mad due to doubt. Dear students, we are excited to announce online classes for state, CBSE, and ICSE students. Our courses are designed to help you excel in your studies with personalized guidance and expert teaching. For more details, please contact us at greytherishan@gmail.com.
Dear students, if you found this explanation helpful, please share this video with your friends so they can also benefit from it. I've included links to summaries of other lessons in the description. Be sure to check those out as well. For more lesson explanations, don't forget to subscribe to our channel.